jump online to give you guys the lowdown because there is a lot of back end story with what is going on in front of the mainstream media. What you're being shared on the mainstream media is purely for optics. It's purely for optics for the people who are asleep and who are oblivious to what's really going on in the world. So this coronavirus is a big, what can I say, false pandemic. Okay, I'm going to explain the whole narrative so that way you guys can truly appreciate the bigger picture of what's really going on with the alliance and with the deep state. Now, in my last two broadcasts, I exposed the coronavirus as being a bioweapon. That the pan owners was Pure Bright Institute. That the Pure Bright Institute was funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. Okay, so I did a little bit more fact checking, and I'm gonna give you guys the update on that information. Okay, so I did a little more digging up, and I found out that the name coronavirus, the name corona comes from the Latin word. It means crown. It means crown. The virus actually has. I already knew that before from my research, but I'm actually going to share this information now. But the virus is surrounded by spike-like crown, so this is why it gets the name the corona. And it also has a yellow glow around the entire virus, so it emits like a yellow glow. So this is why it was gotten the name the coronavirus. Now, I've also found out the Pure Bright Institute was founded by Henry Rothschild de Worms, first Baron Purebright. So, lo and behold, we found out that the Rothschild is behind this attack. The Rothschild, but I also found out that there's a few parties invested in the Purebright Institute. So not only is Rothschild the founder of Purebright Institute, but the UK monarchy is also involved. The trustee is Prince Charles. The people who fund this Purebright Institute is DARPA, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, BBSR, Circle, WHO, EU, and the UN, and a few other more organizations. So these are the Illuminati that have perpetrated the attack on China. Now, why did they attack China? Well, times are getting rough and tough for these Illuminati. They know that D-class was going to come up, that their crimes were going to be exposed. So this was going to be their major attack to take down Trump. They were going after the economy in China to tank the economy, so that way they can blame Trump for the economy tanking. But not only that, China and Trump played the deep state hard. Okay, on the mainstream media, they gave the optics like they were fighting against each other with these trade wars. But behind the scene, Trump, Putin, and Xi Jinping have been working and collaborating together to take down the deep state, the Illuminati. This is the play that they were playing against the Illuminati, and the Illuminati got pissed because Xi Jinping signed that trade agreement, and they thought that they were fighting with Trump with this trade war, that it was going to take forever for Trump to sign this trade agreement. But then they spun it around and he got that deal signed. So they were really, really ticked off by that. So they attacked Wuhan for that kind of play that China did on them. So it made China lose a lot of trade deals. You know that because of that, a lot of companies are banning China. They had to close up manufacturing. It completely disrupted the global supply chain. So the economy is tanking because of this attack. But guess what? The alliance is using this corona attack as a perfect cover-up to do mass arrests. Complete ingenious. Originally, I didn't know this was going to be mass arrest because the playbook for the alliance was that they were going to do the declassification of their crimes, trickle into people's consciousness, and then do mass arrests. This was the playbook of the alliance. But this coronavirus came up. So it was the perfect opportunity and the perfect disguise to completely shut down the economy, shut down all the airports, shut down the schools and everything. So that way they can storm these country and arrest these politicians and arrest these high-profile people. So I'm going to explain to you what they have been doing. Okay, now Q imposed 880. Prepare for the storm anons. That was posted on February 20, 2020. You have come far, anons. Also, patriots. You are ready. Prepare for the storm. So Q is making the post to inform the public that they're on the attack. They're attacking the cabal right now. And this is the first attack that the alliance did. They arrested 4 princes in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, people are not aware, because I was also not aware too, but only with Q Intel was I aware that Saudi Arabia, the south of Saudi, are actually one side of the triangle of the Illuminati. Saudi Arabia, the Rothschild, and Soros makes this Illuminati triangle. The House of Saudi has $4 trillion. Rothschild has $2 trillion, and George Soros has $1 trillion. So they are attacking from the top all the way to the top to the bottom. So they took out the House of Saudi, which has the most amount of money. Then they went for the head of the snake, which is Vatican's, okay, the Pope. This is why Italy is on lockdown right now. Trump sent in more than 30,000 troops in Italy. The whole country is on lockdown. Nobody can leave their house. This is only for their protection, obviously. They don't want people on the streets, children, women on the street while this operation is happening. This is why Italy is on complete lockdown. All the popes have been arrested, as well as the financial officers working for the banks and the Vatican banks. They have all been arrested. This is why Italy is by far the worst case scenario, because they're doing mass arrests in Italy right now. They're cleaning house in Italy. This is wonderful news. This is why you guys have to understand the information I'm sharing to you. This stuff is not going to be broadcast on the mainstream media. The world is not ready for this information, because these popes and these financial officers were served with criminal indictments for financial crimes, pedophilia, child trafficking, and sex abuse. So can you imagine the world being wake up to this kind of crimes when they didn't even know that the popes were involved in child trafficking? Yeah, they knew the popes were into pedophilia, but human and child trafficking, this is on a whole another level. So these people's consciences are not ready for this kind of information. Okay, so now they're cleaning houses in Italy. What's next is that a lot of information has been reported that CEOs are stepping down, celebrities are coming down with coronavirus, also politicians like Trudeau. This is all optics for the people that are asleep. The word quarantine means they've been arrested, okay? So here are the people that are celebrities that have been arrested because under the guise of being infected with the coronavirus. Celine Dion, Tom Hanks and his wife, Katie Couric, okay, Justin Trudeau and his wife. Now there's going to be more people that's going to be falling down because Harvey Weinstein ratted out a lot of top Hollywood people in exchange for a much more lighter sentence in his crimes with sexually assaulting these women in Hollywood. For his cooperation and ratting out a lot of people in Hollywood, he's ratted out Oprah, Ellen DeGeneres, Tarantino, Charlie Sheen, Bob Saget, Kevin Spacey, John Travolta, Steven Spielberg. So watch out for news that these people are going to be infected with coronavirus. This is why they're going to be quarantined. So we are living in very, very exciting time. Okay, guys. So I want to give you guys that information. Also, it's not really the prepping for the coronavirus that you should be preparing for. You should be preparing for the global financial reset. It's happening right now. All of Italy shut down. People can't go off to go